Aloha YouTuberinos.
Hi, today we are making a video on both channels, which I don't know if anyone has done before, have they?
Not that I've seen.
Two.
So we've decided to do a collaboration.
Yes.
And it's going to go on both channels because we think that it's something that is a topic that comes up a lot. And it's about starting a blog because we both were talking, we both get a lot of emails and comments and tweets and questions from people saying they were starting a blog and how should they do it, or they started one and could we give them feedback and stuff. So Zoe said that she doesn't have the time to ever give everyone feedback, so we thought, well, why don't we just do a video on feedback so that if it happens, when we get those emails again, we can just reply with, check out this video. It's got all our sort of top tips, if you will.
Yes.
Because I've noticed that more and more people are starting blogs nowadays. I don't know if it's because it's more prevalent and we hear the word blog more often, and
Probably.
and perhaps they've seen the success of other people's blogs and thought, I'd like a piece of that cake.
I'd like a piece of that.
I'd like a piece of that cake, and it's a big enough cake for everyone. So we thought we'd crack on. And our first topic is starting a blog. Zoe, we've got some notes here.
We do. We went through our emails.
What would you say would be, what would you like to start off with?
Well, I think when you're starting a blog, is the first thing you obviously want to do is decide which platform you want to base your blog on. So, I mean, there's either Blogger, which is, I think, the most popular.
That's Blogspot, isn't it?
Blogspot, yeah.
That's what I use. That's what you and I both use.
Yes. Or there's WordPress, or you can buy a URL. I don't really know of any others, but there are quite a few different blogging platforms you can choose to set up your blog on. But I would actually advise Blogspot, which is blogger.com.
It's very easy to use. I mean, you've seen my,
to be honest.
even I can use it, and you've seen my level of computing knowledge.
Yes, I have.
That's how good it is. Pick a name. So yours is Zoella and mine is Sprinkle of Glitter. But I would say pick a good name that's not like a whole sentence long, because that's really tricky. Did you know my blog started off as being called Beads, Buttons and a Sprinkle of Glitter?
That's a mouthful.
It's long and difficult, and when you say to someone, I've started a blog, and they say, what is it? You've got to go, beads, buttons and sprinkle of blah, blah. It's too much. It's too much. Make it easy and catchy, and if possible, make your URL sort of easy and catchy. So my blog is Sprinkle of Glitter and my URL is sprinkleofglitter.blogspot.com, but yours is different, isn't it?
Mine's annoying. I wish I hadn't really picked mine, because so many people don't know how to pronounce it. And if you're one of these people, you pronounce my Blogspot name showy.
Showy.
That's what I used to call myself when I was little.
Oh,
I didn't say Zoe, I said showy.
that's cute.
So that's
If
what
not,
it
I'm
is.
sure weird.
Yeah, and I don't know. When I started my blog, I wasn't really thinking about it, to be honest. I wasn't.
That's the thing. People don't think about it, and I definitely wasn't thinking about it and made lots of mistakes. But hopefully you won't make the same mistakes as we did. Write about what you want to write about. Don't think, oh, everyone's writing about sleek palettes because a lot of people have been sent them, and I'm going to go and buy one and I'm going to write about it. Only write about things you want to write about, otherwise it's obvious that you're just doing it because you feel obliged. You have to be passionate about what you write about, don't you?
If you're one of these people that writes about something purely because you think that if you write about it then everyone will come read it, and PR companies will see your post, and then maybe you'll get some free stuff and maybe you'll gain new followers, then it's quite obvious to a lot of people that the only reason you're doing it is because you feel you should, not because you want to. Start
Your blog as your little space to talk about what's in your head and that you want to put down onto your own little piece of the internet. Start it for have it as an extension of you, not an extension of an advert.
Yeah, a blog is basically a personal space on the internet, so make it personal.
And if you, like, sometimes I sit down and I open Blogspot and I think, right, I'm going to do a post today. And sometimes I think, I can't really think of anything that I feel that excited about today, so I just don't write it. So,
Don't force it.
yeah, you don't have to write every day if you don't want to.
It's your blog, you make the rules and you decide what goes on it.
Yes. Layout.
I will be honest now and say most of the emails that I get from people are asking me technical questions about layout, columns, sizing, how did you make your header, how did you get this, how did you do that?
I always get, how did you make your header? I was like, Zoe made it.
And
you made fine.
These questions kind of frustrate me because I had to teach myself how to make my header. I mean, I'd done a little bit of Photoshop in school, but I sort of learnt myself, and if I had to try and explain that to somebody else, I'd have to sit down with them for an afternoon. I couldn't just type up an email and say, this is how I made it, this is how I did it.
How did you teach yourself then so that they can teach themselves?
What I did was I downloaded the editing program, and the editing program that I used for both my photos and my header was Photoshop. So I've got Photoshop, which is also what I used at school, so I was sort of learning at school how to use it. And yeah, download it, give it a go, put photos in, chop things up. You have to kind of teach yourself, unless obviously you know somebody who might be able to show you how to do it. I do think with layout though, it's quite important to have the right like spacing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't have everything crammed, you can't have too much going on,
Make it just
then you can't have it too spacious.
easy breezy.
Easy on the eye.
If this is your blog, there's only one blog that I like that has this. I personally find them difficult to read and make my eyes feel a bit funny. With a black background, I don't like it.
Yeah, just as a personal preference, black is, I mean, it's been scientifically proven that black isn't.
It's easier to read text on a white
Yes, it's been
background, I find.
Yeah,
Sort
I think
of my
a
eyes
majority of the public probably, oh, that's sexy. A majority of people would find a white background more pleasing to the eye, more easy to read, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Nothing too fancy, so just plain if you can. I had a swirly whirly florally background for a while, and it was really pretty, but after a while I felt it was too busy and it bothered me.
Yeah, because when something's too busy, it distracts you from the actual post. I'd also like to point out, font I find quite an important factor. If you've got a swirly whirly font, I can't read it.
No.
It hurts my eyes.
If you have millions of different colours, like your words are all different colours, I find that tricky. Some people do like different sections, all different. I know sometimes I do different colours, but some people highlight lots of keywords and stuff, and it makes me feel a bit funny.
I just want to say, I know this kind of sounds like we're contradicting ourselves because we have just said it's your blog, you make the rules, do what you want.
These are
but this
what
is
we
just
apply
what,
to our blog.
If you're asking us what advice we can give, this is the advice we can give you. This is what we think. A lot of people ask me how I get the middle section of my blog larger than the sections on the side. I also had to Google this and find this out myself.
Oh, there's a blog you can go to that teaches you how to do it. That's how I did mine.
Yeah, and I bet you searched for it, didn't you?
Yeah. Just
If you want to mess about with the HTML of your blog, which is, how do you describe HTML?
The inner workings of your blog, the
Yeah.
codings of your blog.
If you want to sort of decode and change bits.
Do you know what? When I see the HTML of my blog, I feel like it's open heart surgery.
It is a bit tricky.
Zoltan at work had a little fiddle with my blog. And whilst he was doing it, I was like...
I know, it is a bit scary. I always, every time I do it, and I recommend this too, copy your HTML code. If you're ever going to tamper with it, save it, have a little tamper, see what happens. If it goes completely wrong, erase it and put back the original.
That's such a good tip.
I've done that lots of times, and I know quite a lot of people that have tampered with their HTML and it's gone completely wrong and then they've been stuck. So always do that, but also Google how to do it. Google is your friend. And I know a lot of people say that, but it really is. If you want your middle section bigger than the other two sections, just put that in Google and it will show you what to do.
That's how I did it.
Yeah.
So pictures, large and clear.
I think pictures is the most important part. One of.
Pictures and content.
Pictures are part of the content.
Yeah. Natural light is very important. It's okay with it's not too bad with an artificial light sometimes, but sometimes when you do a flash, I discovered this in my early photos, it bleaches it all out of it and makes it a bit...
Yeah, if you're taking pictures of products and you want the colour to be good and you want the quality to be good, use a natural light. If you're just doing, like I did pictures inside my room of my dressing table, I wasn't going to wait for natural light for that because I actually thought artificial light looked better.
Yeah.
But if it's products and you want to portray the correct colour, then use a natural light.
So we could say, generally speaking,
Use
natural light is best.
But also, natural light works better with a camera lens because it brings more light in and it just makes everything look much clearer and crisper.
Crisp.
Crisp. I like that word.
Crisp. Macro is your friend.
Macro is your friend.
We've got 1 minute and 31.
If you have a macro setting on your camera and you never use it, then why? It frustrates
Macro,
me.
in case you don't know, is often a little flower.
Yes,
Macro means like
normally,
close up,
yeah.
doesn't it?
Close up, it allows you to get a better focus of an up close object. So if you're like trying to take this photo of like a lip gloss really up close and you're like, why is it going blurry? If you switch to macro, it'll immediately make it so much better.
Do you know, I don't use Photoshop. I just take my photo on my little rubbishy camera that was £80 like 4 years ago. So it was just a rubbishy little camera. And I take them in macro setting and I just crop them a bit and just put them up. Just sort of put them up raw, if you will.
You don't need to edit your photos.
Fancy, snazzy photos, but sometimes I don't, because I find things like that hard. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, it's really important to you do it. But if not, then your blog will still be nice. I think my blog's nice, and I don't edit my photos.
Some cameras aren't expensive. You don't need a really expensive camera to take good photos.
When you upload your pictures to your computer, crop them a bit, because it's nice to have like your sort of product kind of, rather than like this, have it sort of like this, so you can see it like more up close. I'm not describing that well, but
no, but people go on your
blog. You don't need
to
have like
to see
half your duvet in the shot, do you?
If they've come on to have a little look at a Barry M lip gloss, they want to see the Barry M lip gloss. They don't want to see your bedroom or like Louise's face behind it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So try and take it on
a nice background.
A nice background. Yeah. Key.
Take your own photos. Don't steal other people's.
Which leads us on to stock photos. Try not to use stock photos. If you need to, sometimes you need to, like if you can't, like if your camera's broken.
Yeah, or in your case, if you get sent an email about like a new collection where there are no products to hand yet, they've not even been invented, well they have, but
they've not been released,
yeah,
then that's okay. But if you can, try not to use it for every post, because it's nice to have the personal touch, isn't it?
Yes, and also, part of the main thing I enjoy is taking the photos. I know it's really sad, but
no, it's nice, it's therapeutic.
It is, and then you're like, oh, I've got a good shot. Oh, I'll put that on my blog.
Make the experience, their experience on your blog, enjoyable for them, and provide the link. Just make life a bit easier. There's a widget you can get for followers, so people can follow your blog. Please put that near the top, because if someone wants to follow your blog, I hate it when I think I really want to follow this blog and I'm scrolling down, and they put it right at the very bottom. A lot of the time I don't bother. I just think, oh, okay, then I'll just miss out. But if you put it near the top, then
it's easy to find.
If you enjoy your blog and you really love it and you love what you're writing about, other people start to love it. So don't worry about the followers and the treats, like the free things, because if your blog's good, it will take care of itself.
I just also want to say, because a lot of people ask me all the time, how did your blog get so big? How did you get so many followers? I've been doing my blog in February that would come next. That will be 3 years I've been doing my blog. Some of you may have only just come across it and thought, whoa, how did she get so many followers? I've been doing my blog for quite a long time, and I've probably been doing it for about a year before any PR companies started messaging me, and I was like, whoa, what, hang on, PR companies read my blog. And it was also about a year until I started meeting other people that did blogs or talking to other people that did blogs. For a while it was just me and my blog, and occasional people leaving comments, and I thought, oh, okay, there's some people reading my blog. It doesn't get big overnight, and that's what people do not understand.
No. It's a shame though, because that must be very frustrating to be like, oh, why isn't it big, why isn't it big? That's a lot of wasted effort.
But don't start it just to get big.
For the first 6 months of my blog, I only had 69 followers. On the 6-month anniversary of my blog, I had 69 followers, and I was pleased as punch.
Exactly. You should be pleased. Like, oh, I don't know how to explain it, but if you're going to write a blog purely to get freebies and purely to...
It's not worth it. It's a lot of work for the freebies. You might as well just spend £6 and buy something.
Good things happen to those that wait. You can't expect everything to fall into your hands after one blog post or after 10 days that you've started your blog. It just doesn't work like that.
Unfortunately, it doesn't. It'd be good if it did, though. This is something that Zoe taught me. Join Twitter because it's fun and you get to talk to lots of other beauty bloggers and you pick up lots of good tips, and that's a nice way to be involved in the community.
Yes.
If you wanted to be involved and you didn't want to write a blog, join Twitter and just find other beauty bloggers, because I quite enjoy that. Twitter is a great way to build good relationships with other people.
And subsequently, for them to find your blog.
don't compare your blog to other people's blogs, otherwise you'll feel very rubbish about yourself, because there's always going to be blogs that are better than yours out there. Like, for example, Zoe has a big blog, I've got a medium blog, but if I compared them, I'd think my blog's rubbish compared to hers, because you get so many more followers and I know what your stats are because we talk about it. But I don't compare them because they're different, completely different. Like, my blog is more of a sort of, perhaps a family blog, because I talk about baby glitter a lot, and yours is more of like a fashion-y blog. Like, I don't have fashion-y posts and you don't have baby posts. So
mine's, yeah, I suppose.
They're different blogs. So if it was two of the exact same thing, then by all means compare it, but you're never going to have the exact same thing as someone, because it's personal and people are different.
And if you do have the exact same blog as someone else, your blog is not personable to you.
Yeah.
It's just copying someone else.
So just try and enjoy your blog.
And don't let...
I love my blog.
No, I love my blog.
I do, I really do.
I really love my blog. Oh no. A useful tool if you are into finding out what keywords people have searched to find your blog, or your most popular blog posts, which, I mean, I find that stuff kind of interesting because I'm a bit of a geek.
I've got Google Analytics because it interests me to see like what people type in to search for my blog, but what I find out on Google Analytics doesn't actually influence what I write about. You could say... It
shouldn't influence you.
You could say, like, if you found everybody who searched lip gloss found your blog, then you might want to put lip gloss in your blog more to continue this, but you could use it to influence what you write about, but I actually don't. In fact, I rarely go on Google Analytics.
I go on it because
do it more,
I find it funny. I like to search the keywords. I've had very strange things.
I have really weird things.
I had something like large feet in stocking, and then something like man, and they found my blog somehow. And I've also had garden frog, and they found my...
I got fat woman looks like man for one of mine.
Educate yourself.
Yes, by that I mean before you write about a product, I always have a little look on its website just to have a bit of a nosy, see if there's anything I could learn about it. For example, I'm just using my most recent post on my blog was the Bourjois Intense eyeshadows. I bought them, I liked them, I was going to blog about them, but then when I looked on their blog I found out they were like 87% mineral pigments or something like that. So I included that in my blog because I thought it was interesting, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I thought perhaps everyone else would go, oh, that's interesting.
There's nothing worse than going to a blog where they've just put, I really like this eyeshadow, it looks nice. You're like, great. Any other thoughts? But obviously, I mean, I prefer knowing why they personally like it.
Yeah.
Not what's in it, but why they liked it.
Unless they liked it for what's in it.
Exactly.
It's all a big contradictory mess, a blog.
It really is. But I mean, a lot of the subjects we've covered could be quite contradictory, and people will say they are, but...
Well, these are just our tips, and so take the ones you like and ignore the ones you don't. Leave what you don't like. That's what these so many kids and you don't want you to know.
Leave what you don't like. Okay, and a lot of people ask how we get invited to events.
I think you get invited to events when you have proved yourself in the blogging community, when you've been around long enough and shown you're committed to your blog.
But you also have to build up a relationship with these companies. It doesn't just happen, do you know what I mean? You send a few emails back and forth, maybe they'll send you a product to try and you really liked it, and then they think, well, hey, we've built up a bit of trust with this blogger, so obviously they'd be interested if they came along to an event.
Yeah, it doesn't happen straight away, which is a shame. It's such a shame because these people that start blogs are often, you know, very excited and would really like to, and it's a shame that not everybody can be involved, but if you are committed to it, then you will get your opportunity.
Events and freebies are not the be all and end all, are they?
No.
Hello. Yeah, you got on bashful and shy. Oh. In terms of getting your blog out there and recognisable, because no matter how much we sit here and say it's not all about the followers, it's not all about the freebies, it's not all about the events, some of you won't take that at all, and you'll want followers, and you will want freebies, and you will want events.
Well, everybody does.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a lie if you turn around and go, well, no thanks.
No
really,
thanks, I don't want anyone to read it.
Yeah, you want people to read your blog, obviously. Otherwise you wouldn't do it. You'd create a diary,
but
wouldn't
what we're
you?
saying is, like, just don't make that your focus.
Don't make it your focus.
Enjoyment.
And a few tips to get your blog out there is to leave comments on blogs. If you don't leave a comment anywhere, no one's gonna see you. No one's gonna find you.
Yeah, commenting is a good way, because also that's another way to build relationships with people.
Exactly. If somebody, okay, for example, I get quite a few comments on my blog, but the ones that stand out to me are the lovely ones, or the ones that you know that somebody's really read your blog post and they've really taken the time to write you a lovely message, and 9 times out of 10, I'll click it and I'll go look at your blog. If you leave me a comment that says, nice, check out my blog, and you leave me a link, I'm less likely to look. I'm less likely to click. That might just be me, but...
No, I don't like that. I like...
Don't force your blog on people. Please don't force your blog on people. It has the adverse effect.
Read my blog!
Read my blog! Are you going to do it then? Yeah? Everyone go read it!
Read it, read it, read it. She can't even read. Do you know what else I think is a nice mindset to have? Don't start your blog and think, I want mine to be better than everyone else's. Start your blog to join in with everyone else's, because there's a lot of blogs out there and YouTube channels that I really enjoy to spend time on and to be involved with and to read and watch and stuff, and I don't ever think, oh, this is better than mine or this is worse than mine. I just think this is another one that I like.
Exactly. There's no rank, there's no hierarchy. Everyone just writes a blog about what they want to write a blog about, and if there are more people that like to read a certain blog than there are others, it doesn't mean that yours is any more rubbish. Does it?
No. Just enjoy it.
Blogging is fun. It's a hobby.
It's a hobby.
It's not a job.
Life's too short to get yourself too worked up about things. Just do things for the enjoyment, because when you're 103 and you're on your last days, you don't want to look back and think, I wasted all of my teens, all of my 20s, all of my 30s, all of my any age, getting stressed out about nobody was following my blog.
You really wouldn't.
You want to look back and think, wasn't that fun?
Bless you.
Wasn't that fun whilst I had a blog? That was a good time.
We didn't work out how to say hello.
We did.
No, that sounds really big-headed. Video. All right, Dreamboat. Right, okay. Oh God, I cannot say hello.
Okay. Shall I just say hello for us both? I'll say hello to yours and hello to mine. Would you like that? And then you can say, we're going to make a video that's going to be on both channels.
Yeah.
Okay. Aloha, YouTuberinos. We're making a video that's going to be... Oh, fuck! You're saying that bit, aren't you? If I compared my blog to yours, I'd be gutted.
Why? Why?
But I don't...
Is it just the follower number?
Let me talk, then.
Alright.
Shush. I lost it. Alright, Zoe.
I'm getting a bit passionate.
Yeah.
Only because I'm... Wait, you just made me look like a dickhead.
Sorry.
Am I shouting?
Yeah.
I'm a bit deaf, you know.
A bit like...
Did you make that face next to me?
No, I was just like a bit frightened. Baby Glitter, what do you like about blogs? She says, and I like blogs that I'm on. I like your blog, Mummy, because...
How are you still tired? God, such a hard life being a baby. This is just what we advise.
It's our advice. That was a good time.
Yeah. Oh, bless you. That was a big sneeze. Ready?
This has got to go.
Ready? Mine don't look like on.
No. You should have just uploaded a whole video of us trying to say hello. Would you sleep with him
No.
for £1 million?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it ruin all my makeup?
No.
Honestly.
A little bit.